Hi, this is Abdulaziz with you again in the lesson 2 of our course. So I hope that all of you have gone through the lesson 1 in which we learned that how we can use any interpreter or anything to write the code. So as I had told in previous one that I will personally be using the Visual Studio Code. So I hope that you have installed your software that you will be using for this course. So let's go to the second step because we know that we are trying to learn Python. So definitely, if we are trying to learn Python, then our next step should be to ensure that we have Python installed in our system. So if you are using Windows, I hope that most of my user will still be using Windows even after the CrowdStrike had struck. But we are very much dependent on Windows. So in Windows, if you open the command prompt from like you write command and the command prompt will open. So in the command prompt, you just write Python. It will give you some kind of output. So for me, it works. Showed me that I have Python 3.7.7, which is running on a AMD processor on a Windows 32. So from here, I can say that okay, I have Python. So I can now work in Python. But you may or you may not have Python. There are more chances that you also should have Python with you because Python is a kind of native to Windows. It is usually available in most of the Windows installations, but it is possible that you don't have Python. So just assuming that you don't have Python, then it is not a very big problem. You can just open a browser and you just write like I have just written it Python download for Windows, and you see this python.org. This link is available in the description of the video as well. So from here you can go to the website. This has the Python, and you can even do a little research here. You can even connect with the community if you want to learn more, and if you have very small things to do only, then hopefully this will be enough for you. But if you are more interested to learn deep in Python, then you can avail different resources. Just to give you an idea, because I think this is the best time to tell it, that we will not be learning Python in the normal way that Python is being learned around the world. Generally, whenever you learn a language, even a spoken language, for example, you want to learn Chinese or you want to learn some other language like French, or so you try to learn the syntax of the language first, because this is a kind of normal way of learning. I mean, this is how it is being generally taught. But as we generally think about it, that like for example the children's, I mean the very beginners, they don't learn the syntax directly. They observe everything. They are put in a situation and then they learn through the situation. So my plan is, because if I try to first teach you Python, the syntax of Python and everything, then it will be a different type of course, which is not bad, but that course is available in many ways. But for example, you will have to spend a good time to learn the Python itself, that what is the syntax, what are the main commands, what are the major commands, how they work, how you do the loop, and how you do the logical decisions. But we will learn Python in a native way. Like we have a problem. I will describe the problem in my coming lessons. So we have a problem with us. We will be working on that problem, and we will be learning Python as per those problems only. Maybe some of us will not be fully satisfied with this type of learning, so they can highlight that they need to learn more, and then for them I can guide you to some further resources. But what I have in my mind is that I will make this course based on a practical problem, and we will solve the problem, and you will learn during that problem. So we will not learn Python as a separate thing. We will learn Python as a part of solution of the problem. So coming back to my video, so here we can download Python. You can directly download 3.12.4 from here, which is a bug fixed version. There's a 3.13 version as well, which is in its pre-release. So from here you can download old versions as well. 3.12.4 is here, but the old versions are listed here. So you can see this starts from 2.0.1, which came in 2001. So Python is also 24-year-old now. So you can download any version here, but generally as we see, like for example, I am on version 3.7.7, and if I take you to my VS Code and I run the same command here with a difference that I will put Python 3 here, because this will not take Python as a single word. Python 3 version. So on my VS Code, I have Python version of 3.10.12. So it's not a big issue. I mean, having two versions, and we also, I mean, for example, you can have a different version, I can have a different version. Our program will hopefully will run in the same way for everyone. I'm quite sure, because we are not doing any very advanced kind of thing. Whatever we are doing, hopefully that program should run in the very early versions, not very early, but quite early versions of Python as well. Any Python 3, I hope, will be able to run this program. But if anyone is having any issue, then he can always let us know. This lesson is kind of coming to an end. So what I expect from you guys is that please check the Python version on your system, and you have Python or not. Verify that as well, and the Python is working in command prompt and it is working in your Visual Studio Code or not. And if it is not working, then you try to download, you try to install it in whatever way you are guided, because one more style of teaching from my side should be that the student should be enabled. Basically, it's not a class to teach you through each and every step. It's we will try to enable you so that you can learn by yourself and you can guide yourself. I mean, you should know that okay, if there is any issue, then how we can resolve the issue. So I will try to teach in the similar way, but you are expected to come back with whatever issue you have. So you can contact me through any channel. You can comment, or you can contact me in any other way. You can send me a message, and if it is working fine with you, then you can just let me know that it's working fine. And if it is not working, then please send me a snapshot of the error that you are getting. So I hope that this class is enough. So let's meet again in the next class. Thank you. Goodbye.